Okay, hi everybody. This is going to be my collection update video. Well, tell a bit of a lie, it's not a complete collection update. I do have about 10-12 figures in storage. I'll just go over what they are. It's the CHITAURI Foot Soldier and CHITAURI Commander, Captain Jack Sparrow and Angelica. I've got Abigail Whistler, Black Suited Spider-Man, Joe COULTON, which is from G.I. Joe, Bruce Willis figure. Got Barney Ross, the War Machine and the War Machine 2.0, the die-cast one. Also, I'm trying to think, I've got the special edition Brown Alien and the PREDALIEN. So all of those are still in storage, so you won't see them on this video. And also my kitbash figures, you won't see any of them. And the Judge Dredd, you won't see him on show, as well as the Celine figure. So if you want to see those figures, just check back through my channel, because I have done videos on them. But I will show you what I've got at the moment on display. So we're starting with the Hulk. I haven't got a cabinet for him yet, still looking for one. There is another version of this coming out soon, exactly the same, other than the pants are different. So if you've already got this one, don't bother about getting that one. So we'll go on to the first eat off. Here we have the Bat Armory fully lit up with Alfred Pennyworth and Bruce Banner. Sorry about the glare off the faces. It's quite dark here today, so I've had to use the camera light, so you will get a bit of glare. Moving on down. Here we have the Joker in his cell with his three bitches. There's Catwoman and two versions of Black Widow. You've got the Winter Soldier version in the background there and the Avengers version. If there's any figures being obscured, I will pull the other figures out of the way so you can see them. So this next shelf, we'll concentrate on the two at the front first. We've got Blade and Loki. This is the Avengers version of Loki. There is another version out, but I think this one's the better one of the two. In the background, I'll just put a pause in and I'll pull these two figures in the front out of the way so you can see the two in the background. Okay, the two figures behind was Batman. This is from the Dark Knight Rises movie. Fantastic looking figure. And next to him, the Man of Steel himself, Superman. Don't think there's a great amount of difference between this Superman and the new version when he comes out with the new film. Okay, next shelf down, we have quite a few in here. So we'll concentrate on the three at the front. First, we have Nick Fury. Just move your fingers out of the way. With his light up case. Then we have the Mark IV Iron Man suit, which is one of my favourite figures. It's an old one but still really good. Next to him we have the newer version of Wolverine. Great tailoring on this suit. And what I'll do is I'll put another pause in and we'll have a look at the two figures in the background. Okay, in the background, after removing those three figures, we have Bane, and over on this side we've got Hawkeye. Highly sought after figure, but if you want one and don't want to pay a lot of money, wait, because when the new Avengers film comes out, there is another version of this one coming out, virtually the same. It's just, I think he's got an overcoat on, and a couple of little these gadgets might have changed a little bit, but other than that, it's the same figure. So I'll put a pause on here, put the other figures back in the cabinet, give you a quick run over this cabinet before we move on to cabinet number 2. Okay, here's all the figures back in the cabinet again. I'm definitely going to have to get another detail, but I've got nowhere to put it at the moment, and I can spread these out a bit more. I used to have the original Black Widow. I sold her, but I will be getting another one of those very soon. Okay, that's cabinet. That's that cabinet done. Move on over here. We've got the Samurai Predator. I will be putting him back in his box because he's getting very dusty up here. So I'll be putting him back into storage at some point. Does come with a helmet as well, but I think he looks better without it. Here, I haven't done a video on these guys yet. This is the Damn Toys Gangster's Kingdom. There's another figure that's available that I want to get. As soon as I get him, I will do a video on these guys. So you've got Vinnie Jones there, Danny Trejo, Jason Statham, Scott Atkins, and Colin Farrell. But I will do a more in-depth video on those when I get some more figures, because I want to do them all together. But that's just some non-Hot Toys figures that I've got that I really love. So I'll pause it here and we'll move over to the second cabinet. Okay, before we move on to cabinet number 2, this is my Roadblock. He will go back into the cabinet after this video. It's obviously from G.I. Joe. It's my Aston Martin. And over here, it's a new figure I've got. I haven't done a video on him yet, but it will be the next one after this. This is the Iron Man Star Boost suit. Fantastic figure. There is another figure that I've got, Maleficent. She's still in the box, and I will be doing a video on her very soon. So let's move on to the second cabinet. Top deck. We've got in the front the newer version of the Elder Predator. Absolutely fantastic figure. Behind him, the old version of Chopper. Still no news yet on whether Hot Toys are going to be releasing a remake of this, but I'm sure they will. Here we have the T800 police shootout version. With the alternate head sculpt. And next to him at the front we have the Iron Man Mark IV Secret Project figure. Quite an expensive one now, but absolutely fantastic looking figure. One of my favourites again. Next shelf down, I will have to move a few of these figures out of the way. So in the front we've got the old version of the T800, and still, in my opinion, one of the best. A lot of people disagree with that. I can see why they disagree with it, because the newer sculpts are more accurate, but I just love the look of this figure. In the middle we have Snake Eyes from G.I. Joe. And next to him we have Storm Shadow. So I'll pause the video here and we'll take a look at the two figures in the background. Okay, the next two figures we have is Major Alan Dutch Schaefer from Predator. I've got an inkling that they will be remaking this. There has been a few little bits of chatter on the net. Nothing from Hot Toys yet, but I would stake money on that they will redo this figure again, seeing as they're bringing out a Commando figure. And next to him, another fantastic looking figure. This is General Zod from the Man of Steel. I don't have him on his original base because it's too big for the Detolf, so I've just got him on a blank stand at the moment. So moving on down to the next shelf, another 4 in here. We have the die-cast Iron Man Mark 42 suit from Iron Man 3, with an alternate head sculpt that I bought, which is Pepper Potts. Behind him we have the Elder Predator from AVP, quite a nice, highly sought after figure again, and I'm assuming that they will remake this one at some point. Next to him we have another T800. And in the front we have the Python suit from Iron Man, again not with the original base because it's too big, so I've just put him on the blank stand. Quite an expensive figure, this one. A lot of people haven't bothered with him, but he is really nice paint job on him, which is why I got him. Moving on down to the next row. I will take these two out the front so you can see the two in the back a bit better. We have another expensive and highly sought after figure. This is the Midas figure from Iron Man, again not with the original base until I get a bit more room. And next to him we have the Heartbreaker suit. Brilliant figure, this one. Really love it. I'd highly recommend getting this figure. Again, not with the original base. So I'll pause the video here and we can have a look at the two in the background. Okay, and behind those two Iron Man figures we had two Predators. Here we have Wolf Predator from AVP Requiem with a few added extras. I've given him, this is the cleaner kit version, I've given him the extra cannon and I've given him the extendable whip as well. There was talk a little while ago of them remaking this one. I expect they will, but no news yet. And next to him we have the new version of the Ancient Predator. Fantastic figure, this one. Comes with two masks. Got that mask there, and just down on his base is the other mask. Those blades you can put on him as well. but I've just taken them off because he looks better without them. And the superb alien head on his spear. Really is a superb figure, this one. And just on the floor we've got our little skull, and there's a few other accessories for the Predators. So I'll put another pause in here, put the other figures back in the front, and just give you an up and down look of this detolf before we move on to the third detolf. Okay, so here we are with the figures all back in. Yes, I know the poses aren't brilliant. One or two of them are pretty good, but most of them are pretty naff with poses. But when you're restricted to room in your detolfs, you can't do really big poses with them. Okay, let's just shut this up and we'll move on to the final detolf. Again, I will pull these figures out from the front so you can see the ones in the back. So on the first shelf here we have Alice from Resident Evil. Really wish Hot Toys would make some more of these now that they've got the sculpting right. This is quite an old figure, but still very good. Again, one of my favourites. In the middle we have Ada Wong. This is the Hot Toys Ada Wong with a different head sculpt. This isn't the head sculpt that comes with it. Check back on my video of her to get a better look. That's her little case at the front there. And next to her we have another T800 with the battle damage look. So I'll put a pause in here and we'll have a look at the two figures in the background. Okay, the two figures that were hidden are the Berserker Predator from Predators. Again, very nice figure. With the skull trophy. A lot of people have now passed on these figures, or they've sold them on. I love them. I'm a big Predator fan, so unless they bring out another version that will beat this hands down, I will keep hold of this. And next to him we have the classic Predator from Predators with a few additions. You might notice that I've put these wrist straps on, or arm straps on. I've also added, if I move around this side, this piece of armour, giving him some necklaces that come with the Predator from P1. Basically just pimped him out to look more like the P1, because the Hot Toys release of the P1 in my opinion wasn't very good. And there's his biomask on the floor. He does come with another biomask, it's battle damaged. Fantastic looking figure. So moving on down to the next shelf. Again, I will move the two in the front out of the way so you can get a good look at the ones in the background a bit later. But over this side, really sought after figure. This is Machiko. Hot Toys are making another figure similar to this. This is the I can't remember the name of the line now, something Angels, but they are making another figure based, similar sort of body and that to this, but it's going to be representing the alien, whereas this one's representing the Predator, as you can see by the mask. So they are bringing out one of those soon. Check on their website and you'll see a pre-production picture of it. It does look really cool. The base that I've got with this is the base that came with the P1 figure. I just thought it looked better with her. You've You'll see her base a bit later on with another figure. And on this side we have the new version of Scar. Again, fantastic figure. All I've changed on him is I've just changed the stand. I've got the ring, the C-ring stand instead of the crutch stand, because it holds him a lot better. On his base there is his mandibles, in case I want to take the mask off, show him with the mandibles. And in the middle I've got another skull, and this is the open shuriken that came with the Scar. So again, I will pause the video and we'll have a look at the two in the background. Okay, these two figures, we have Celtic Predator, the new version, my favourite Predator of the lot, with his diorama base. I've just added a face hugger to that. There's his shuriken. Awesome figure. Next to him we have the P2 figure, City Hunter. On the floor we've got his breather mask that you can put on, as well as the skull and spine trophy. Does have a bit of a problem holding the spear, does seem a bit loose. Again, two really nice figures. Moving on down to the next row. In the front we have Thor. This is the light Asgardian armoured version. A light armoured Asgardian version. Again, not with his original base, because it's too big. But this is a Sideshow exclusive, and as far as I'm concerned, the best one. Fantastic head sculpt on that. Next to him we have the original release of Wolverine. Fantastic looking figure again. No, it doesn't look like Hugh Jackman, but you can see that it is Wolverine. On the floor I've just added a little chest burster. So I'll put another pause in and we'll take a look at the figures behind them. Come on. Okay, two figures behind. We have Tracker Predator. Again, another figure that a lot of people have had and sold on. I won't. And we have his Tracker Hound. Nice piece. And next to him we have the Iron Patriot die-cast figure from Iron Man 3. I have to keep the die-cast figures with their original bases because the figures are really heavy and it's the only real bases that will hold them. And finally down to the bottom. Here we have the Snake Predator. Well, it's one of the Lost Predators. It's actually called Shadow Predator, but his proper name is Snake. And I've added a little bit to him. I've given him Machiko's base. And I've also given him the Guardian Predator mask. And added to his back, I've given him two skull trophies that you saw on the Chopper Predator earlier. I think it just adds a little bit more to this figure. Next to him, this is my latest video that I've just uploaded. It's Robocop. This is die cast as well. Hopefully Ed 209 will be in my hands very soon. And there's another skull trophy there on the floor. What I'll do again is put another pause in and check out the last two figures. Okay, here we have the last two figures in my collection. We got John Connor from Terminator Salvation with a few added extras. I've given him the final battle version base with the Hydrobot as well, and on his wrist there is some grenades that don't come with this figure, and just hanging over his shoulder is the grenade launcher. So there's a few little things I've added to this. I've also got the battle damage head sculpt, but I haven't got it on him at the moment. This is a figure that I might consider selling, not sure yet. And finally, next to him is Falcon and Predator. The least popular of the three Super Preds. And he's got his Falcon on the floor, on his base there. It does actually connect onto his shoulder with a large transparent pole. It doesn't look very good. So I'll put another pause in, put the figures back in the case, give you another up and down look at this case, and that'll be it. And here's all the figures back in on the final detolf. A lot of you people are probably saying, well, why haven't you got all the movie franchises together to give you some sort of theme? Purely because I've got to manipulate the figures around each other to try and get them all in the detolfs, which is why they're all separated, which is why you might have some Iron Men over here, some over in another detolf, and so on and so on. So another look at the next video that I'll be doing, which will be this guy. And there you go. Spin it round, there's Maleficent figure down there. And there's the other detolf with Ed the Duck lying on next to the computer. So, till next time, as always, thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next video.